This 1944 image shows a German soldier igniting buildings in Warsaw under Himmler's directive to methodically raze the city after the failed uprising. A brutal reprisal that destroyed 85% of Warsaw using flamethrowers and explosives. The 1960 Rome Olympics hosted wrestling events within the 4th century Basilica of Maxentius and Constantine, blending ancient imperial grandeur with modern sport, as organizers leveraged historic sites to showcase Italy's cultural legacy. This 1877 to 1880 photograph captures a Japanese nobleman in ceremonial robes during the Meiji era, as traditional samurai status was abolished and Western-style reforms reshaped social hierarchies, blending fading feudal symbols with modern state building. This 1921 photo shows a German train derailed by Poland's Wawelberg group during the Third Silesian Uprising, a guerrilla campaign to secure Upper Silesia, which led to the League of Nations partitioning the region post-World War I. This circa 1900 photo shows a London cat's meat man feeding pets lined up for skewered horse meat, a daily urban ritual predating commercial pet food, as street vendors supplied cheap cuts from slaughterhouses to working-class households. The haunting image of a starved Vietnamese man in 1966 captures the severe humanitarian crisis and suffering during the Vietnam War's escalation. In 1959, a car emerging from the heat at the General Motors factory in Oshawa, Canada, exemplified the peak of automotive innovation and mass production. In 1925, science fiction writer Hugo Gernsback invented a soundproof isolator designed to enhance work concentration, anticipating future innovations in personal productivity. In 1952, Polish soldier Stanisław Swianiewicz, masked for safety, testified before a United States House committee about the horrific Katyn massacre he witnessed. The haunting image of a starved boy from a Ukrainian village during the 1921 to 1922 Povolzhia famine highlights the devastating impact of Soviet policies on rural populations. In 1911 Japan, a woman relaxes in a traditional wooden bathtub, reflecting the country's rich cultural heritage and the significance of communal bathing practices. Around 1921, a vibrant basketball game unfolded between Boys High School and Tech High School in Atlanta, Georgia, reflecting the growing popularity of the sport in American schools. Circa 1957, the Orcus Mouth, a mysterious underwater feature in the Mediterranean, captivated scientists with its unique geological formations and potential archaeological significance. Boy Scouts embarked on an adventurous exploration of Mammoth Cave, discovering its vast underground passages and unique geological formations, fostering a spirit of camaraderie and appreciation for nature. In August 1888, Norwegian explorer Fridtjof Nansen and his team made history by becoming the first to successfully cross the treacherous ice of Greenland, showcasing remarkable endurance and pioneering spirit in polar exploration. In 1918, sailors aboard the USS Texas playfully posed for a photograph atop one of her twin 14-inch gun turrets, capturing a moment of camaraderie and lightheartedness amidst the backdrop of World War I. In January 1928, the USS Los Angeles airship made a historic landing on the USS Saratoga, marking a significant achievement in naval aviation and showcasing the innovative spirit of the era. In 1942, Disney animators meticulously crafted the beloved character of Bambi, blending artistry and innovation to bring the enchanting story of nature and friendship to life on the silver screen. In 1912, a man exercised on a rowing machine in the gym aboard the RMS Titanic, showcasing the ship's luxurious amenities and the emphasis on fitness and leisure among its affluent passengers before the tragic voyage. In 1916, Austro-Hungarian sailors donned gas masks as they prepared for the harsh realities of World War I, highlighting the increasing use of chemical warfare and the resilience of military personnel facing unprecedented challenges. During the Imperial expedition to Antarctica around 1916, Frank Hurley captured striking images of Shackleton's ship, the Endurance, which became famously trapped in ice. The expedition highlighted the challenges of polar exploration and the indomitable spirit of the crew. This 1889 photograph by Felice Beato depicts a Shan warrior in Burma, an era marked by British encroachment into the Shan states, whose leaders negotiated semi-autonomy while fiercely preserving their martial culture and turbaned identity. This 1895 to 1898 photograph captures Cuban Liberation Army troops in an encampment, armed with Remington rolling block rifles and carbines, weapons smuggled past Spanish embargoes during Cuba's War of Independence, a pivotal revolt against colonial rule. This 1944 photograph depicts a Kachin soldier in Burma, wielding his traditional Da sword while serving with Allied-backed guerrillas who disrupted Japanese supply lines using local terrain expertise and OSS-trained tactics during World War II. This February 1939 photo shows German cruisers Nürnberg and Admiral Scheer at Hamburg during the launch of Bismarck, symbolizing Nazi Germany's naval expansion under the Anglo-German Naval Agreement, later shattered by World War II. This circa 1900 image shows San Francisco's original Cliff House, a Victorian-era landmark that survived the 1906 earthquake but burned in 1907 due to a kitchen fire, ending its 44-year reign as a coastal icon. This 18th November 1915 photo shows Geoffrey Gordon Callender in a Walsh flying boat at Auckland's New Zealand Flying School, founded in 1915 to train pilots for the RFC during World War I, using locally built aircraft for coastal patrols and reconnaissance. This 1938 photo captures Polish TKS tankettes and bicycle-mounted troops during field exercises, reflecting the Second Polish Republic's interwar military modernization efforts, which prioritized mobility despite limited armor and firepower ahead of the 1939 German invasion. This June 1943 photo depicts Chinese soldiers receiving frontline medical care during the Second Sino-Japanese War, 1937 to 1945, where makeshift clinics struggled with shortages amid Japan's blockade and Allied supplied aid via the Burma Road. This April 1945 photo shows a B-24M Liberator downed by a German Me-262 jet fighter, the war's first operational jet, with gunner Charles Culp Jr. surviving via a 2,000-foot parachute escape during the Luftwaffe's last-ditch defenses. This 1895 to 1898 photo shows Cuban Liberation Army troops in line formation during their War of Independence against Spain, blending guerrilla tactics with European-style discipline before United States intervention shifted the conflict's trajectory. The aerial photo of the German Reichstag in ruins after the Battle of Berlin in May 1945 symbolizes the devastating end of Nazi Germany's regime. In September 1941, during the occupation of Ukraine SSR, a Cossack policeman amused Hungarian soldiers by brutally slashing a captured Soviet partisan with his saber. On March 6, 1945, U.S. 3rd Armored Personnel examined the destroyed German Panther tank in Cologne, which had previously taken out 2 Shermans before being defeated by Sergeant Bob Early's T-26E 3 Pershing, named Eagle 7. In 1949, Chiang Kai-shek paid his final respects at his ancestors' shrine in Zhejiang before fleeing mainland China for Taiwan amid the Chinese Civil War. The Bengal famine of 1943 resulted in the deaths of an estimated 2 to 3 million people, exacerbated by wartime policies and mismanagement by the British colonial government. In October 1952, the USS Iowa unleashed her powerful 16-inch main battery against North Korean coastal defenses, showcasing American naval might during the Korean War. Around 1925, a compassionate cop halted traffic in New York City, allowing a mother cat and her kitten to cross the busy streets safely, showcasing a heartwarming moment of kindness amid urban life. In 1908, a diverse group of white, Native, and Mexican men gathered together to play cards, reflecting the social interactions and cultural exchanges that characterized life in early 20th century America. In 1903, the Guards of Delhi Darbar in India posed proudly with American photographer James Ricalton, capturing a striking image that highlighted the intersection of cultures during British colonial rule. The first known photograph of Niagara Falls, taken in 1840, captured the awe-inspiring beauty and power of this natural wonder, marking a significant moment in the history of photography and tourism. In 1913, Union and Confederate soldiers shook hands on the Gettysburg battlefield, symbolizing reconciliation and healing as they commemorated the 50th anniversary of one of the Civil War's most significant battles. In 1956, the Berlin Gedächtniskirche, Kaiser Wilhelm Memorial Church, stood as a poignant symbol of resilience and remembrance, its partially ruined structure reflecting the scars of war and the hope for renewal in post-war Germany. In December 1918, an American infantry camp in Siberia served as a strategic base during the Allied intervention in the Russian Civil War, reflecting the complex geopolitical dynamics of the time and the commitment of United States forces to support anti-Bolshevik efforts.